Hey everyone, Nick Shaheen here looking at Bitcoin. I don't trade it. I am helping out a few friends. I know it's pretty popular as far as the trade, almost like pot stocks. Dedicated people who absolutely love it, and people who absolutely hate it, and a whole bunch of people who have no clue what the heck it is. The base before I forget, at the end there'll be a subscribe to this channel thing, and you can also change the little bell thing so you can get alerts that I'm posting free videos. It's free, by the way, on YouTube. So what is Bitcoin? It's basically electronic cash. The idea that it has value is mind-boggling to people, but it's no different than cash having value and gold having value. Why is gold valuable? Because people want it to be valuable. They love it. They want it. They can't have enough of it. It's rare. It's hard to get out. It's getting harder to get out. So why not Bitcoin? So the only difference that this one is electronic, made up, fine. We made up the fact that gold is interesting just because it's a rare metal. I'm pretty sure we can find another rare thing out there that could be just as popular as gold if somebody wants it. So so the theory behind it, I'm not debating. I'm debating to see if this is a good time to start long or not. It just had a beautiful rally. We're going to call it 25%. In a short amount of time. Anytime I see this, I'm leery about chasing. This is where you get the fear of missing out. Damn it, I wanted to buy it here. No, here, no, here. And I'm going to buy it. And then you end up holding the bag because it immediately falls. So to me, if I'm not long Bitcoin, this is a short answer. I'm not getting long right here. Just from a trading perspective. Nothing to do against its value and it being $100,000 in 6 months. I'm just telling you that I would rather see it break out of this high and chase it, then try to chase it here. And I'll give you my opinion. First of all, I want to acknowledge the bullish steps. There was a breakout from here at 77 and a breakout from 84.20 or something like that. So there are two breakouts. One that's probably priced in. The other one is nowhere near priced in. If I wanted to price this technically, it would be up here. But there might be stops along the way, and this is the point, that we might be at one of those stops. So this is a 4-hour chart. Every candle is 4 hours. So it's a short-term chart. And I can see right away that it's a level of contention. It means that the buyers and sellers, I'm not going to call them bulls and bears because they're traders. Some people are bulls, but they still sell for a short period of time. So this cluster right here has been in contention for a while. I can see that it was a ledge here. You know, they try to hold it, they step down, try to hold it, and look at this. This candle is pretty telling that it was and it coincides with this line I just drew coincidentally. And also, so this zone is definitely a contention, level of contention. Here, they hit it, they fell apart, they went above it. Ideally, when something breaks out of a neckline, the breakout, it should be about this much. Cup and handle. This is a bullish pattern. The breakout is once they take the neckline, this is the neckline, the breakout, once they take it out, it's best to test it for footing before you do this. But they're going to hit here probably again. You know, it's not usually a straight shot. Sometimes it is, but usually not. But this is a necessary step right there to test it for footing. Sometimes they don't. More often than not, I see them do it. So just to not guess that they're going to do it, I'd rather wait for them to do it, to have them go above this level and take it out. So it's like a breakout within a breakout. It all depends on the time frame. If I'm in it for the long term, I shouldn't just try to time it. I should just buy it and hold it. Like here is another big ledge, and I'm saying here again, 97.50 for those who are listening. Apparently, I do have a lot of people that listen, not watch. So 97, let's call it 9800, is going to be another level of contention. What was that? You know, that's definitely another level of contention. So let me zoom back out to this was a 4-hour chart. Let's go to a daily chart. Most people know the daily chart. So this is about a year's worth of data. So you can see that the same point I just made, the level of contention. I'm going to take out all the lines so not to confuse anybody. By the way, the markets are open and I'm watching. I just made a point and it's coming true, so happy about that. All right, so This is where we are right now. And this is the level of contention because it was a ledge not too long ago. So once they fall from a ledge and they come back to it, those who were stuck here would be tempted to get out. That's why you get that second dip to test the neckline or wherever your neckline is. Here's a little mini ledge, but this one is visible. And you can see here, look. It's not a coincidence. It's the same line. Okay, it's in contention. If I look left, this is that same line right here. They tested it twice. So it was support, definitely support. And then they lost it and then became resistance. And then they broke above it. They tested it for footing and they failed. So it's still not support again. So now it's still resistance until they break out and hold. And if I look here, look at this, same line. It was definitely resistance and then break out from it. So I think it's worth it to take a look a little bit longer in time to see. So this is the same line. Look at this. So it's definitely an important period of time. I rarely see them get through to an important period of time like this and break through it. They have to spend some time consolidating or break above it and test for footing just to shake out some of the weak hands. Who's the weak hand? Somebody who bought it here, they're 25% up. The first few red ticks, they're out. They'll trail the stops and they get out. So the point of this video is, if I'm not long, I would wait out a few candles. But again, it depends on the time frame. If I'm in it for the long haul, I should just forget about it. This is a weekly chart of Bitcoin. So somebody that bought it here, they didn't worry about where they entered. They just bought it because they believed in it. Same concept applies here. They believe it's going to be $100,000, then they hold it. So we have lower highs. They're holding a floor. That's good. They're holding a higher low trend. That's good. So the bulls are in control over the long term, even though it's so violent. So here's another thing to consider. For some reason, it's also a trade of flight to safety. Yes, flight to safety. So people sell the stock market and they hide in Bitcoin. It's almost like gold. When people panic out of the stock market, they pile into gold and bonds, and sometimes Bitcoin these days. So the markets are at all-time highs, the stock markets, equities. So what if they do correct a little bit? Maybe that's a goosing for Bitcoin. So keep that in mind. So again, the answer is, do I go long here? It's up to the personal target. If I'm looking to be long for the long term, I'm not going to sweat a few $100 here and there. I know it sounds like a lot, but in the scheme of Bitcoin moves, it's not a lot. It just travels so fast. So it is at a point where I expect resistance under normal circumstances. This could be any chart, any chart. I'll show you a proof. This is the SPY. I'm going to go to 5 minutes. Okay, I tweeted when it was here rising. I bet you there's going to be a test at 328.70. 328.65, 66 was the top. And this is what it just did. It's still doing it. It's going now. The market are open. I'm not a wizard. I didn't like see it in my dreams or a crystal ball. I just used it, that this was the last failing point. They fell apart. When they come back to it, they're not going to slice through it. If I wanted to go long and I'm chasing FOMO, instinct, when you see this, oh my gosh, I missed it, I'm going to buy. If you look left, it would have told you, why don't you wait another, you missed it so far, why not wait another couple of ticks? So don't react. I don't want to react to ticks. I want to react to levels. So this green tick brings out the human emotion of chase. Then you look at levels like wait. That's where you combine the two and you come up with a good decision of waiting. Look at this. So this doesn't sound like a lot, but if somebody is trading the futures, that's a ton of money per contract. So it's a lot of money if somebody went long the ES, the futures contract, and they just lost a lot of money. They got stopped out. So it's not like it's going to come back. These guys are active traders. But this applies to any time frame. I just showed you the time frame in Bitcoin, for crying out loud. And again, nothing here I'm saying buy or sell. I'm just sharing the way I find the levels that really matter. So Bitcoin, back to the question of Bitcoin. I expect resistance, But therein lies the opportunity. It's in the breakout mode already, but it just depends on the time frame. All right, Nick signing out.